Lie down on to your flow and stretch class, practice, whatever you want to call it. If you want to follow along on the playlist, it's San Francisco, Wear Flowers in Your Hair. And once you're down on your back, find a Supta Baddha Konasana, so a supine butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your heels come in towards your sits bones as your knees hang comfortably open. Give yourself a moment, close down your eyes, relax your brow, wiggle your jaw from side to side if that's something that works for you. And then let your jaw just go completely slack. And then your arms can do whatever you like. You can reach them forward, like up over your head, and come down by the side body. You could rest a palm on your low belly, one on your heart, right? Just find something that lets you drop in for a moment. And go ahead and exhale completely, all the breath that's in your lungs. Get everything out. A double little exhale at the bottom so that you really expel all of the stale breath out of your lungs. And then take a deep inhale through your nose. Allow for your breath to rise. And then exhale, empty it back out, push it all out at the bottom. Inhale, let your belly balloon up. You might feel your backside ribs press down into the mat as your breath travels all the way up to the top. And then you exhale, let it all back out. Take a deep inhale. Begin to even out your inhales and exhales so that they match both in duration and intensity. Samavriti pranayam. And as you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath just like that at your own pace. Use the inhale to fill up completely. Full capacity lungs. And use your exhale to empty and release completely, leaving nothing behind. Now, when you're ready, slowly begin to draw your knees up and place your feet down on the ground. Let your low back settle into the earth here for a moment. And then reach your arms out like a T, palms face down. Take an inhale. On the exhale, drop your knees to the right, turn your face to the left. And then inhale, come right back through center. Exhale, let your knees fall to the left, turn your face to the right. Then you're going to wind chill from side to side. If you're looking for a little bit more core work, when you come through center, draw your feet off the ground, your knees into a 90-degree bend, and then start to drop them side to side. It's going to be a little bit more, obviously, for the spine as well. The twisting will be more intense. You do what you need. It's all good. Both feet can stay down on the floor. Make sure you're moving with your breath. As you inhale, you come through center. There's expansion. And on the exhale, your knees will fall over to the side. And there's contraction. Let's do one more round each side. And then the next time you come in through center, take an inhale. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, and then bring your forehead up to your knees. So round your upper back and your shoulders off of the mat. Now, from here, exhale completely. Pull your navel towards your spine. And then inhale, press your feet forward, lift them up. Lower intensity, your feet are going to be higher. More intensity, your feet are going to be lower. Then exhale, hug your knees in. Inhale, press your feet forward, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, hug your knees in, round your shoulders up. Let's just do two more. Inhale, feet forward, arms up overhead. Your low back stays flat. Exhale, round it up. And then inhale, last one. Exhale, hug it in. Head and shoulders back down to the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale to a happy baby. Hands can grab inner or outer arches of your feet. Your knees come into a 90-degree bend, perhaps, right? Your thighs move into a parallel position to the ground. You flex your feet towards the ceiling. Collarbones are broad. Your upper back and shoulders relax. And feel the warmth through the tops of your thighs and your hip flexors. The compression creates heat. And try to lengthen your tailbone, your low back to the mat. Take one more inhale right here. And on the exhale, hug your knees back in, slide your hands behind your thighs. And we're going to spinal rock and roll forward and backward, the length of your spine. Keep your low belly pulled in so that your low back stays rounded. There's no kind of slapping against the mat. And on the last one, cross your feet at the ankles. Shimmy back and find all fours, your box pose. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. And then bring your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers out wide. All right, y'all. Now from here, on the inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. Press your heart forward between your upper arm bones. And then exhale to reverse your movement. Dome out your upper back, tuck your chin, let your head hang down. Inhale, let your belly sway back down towards the ground. There's a hammock-like sway to the low back. And then exhale to reverse it. Navel in and up. Separate your shoulder blades as much as you can. Let's take 3 more. Cat-cow. Just inhale, roll through, lift your chin, roll your shoulders back. And then exhale, tuck your tail, navel to your spine, and let your head hang down. Inhale. And exhale. Last round, inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, come back into a neutral spine and begin to sway your hips around in circles. Just move it out. Now I know not all of us are in Dallas, but if you're in Dallas right now, it's like 19 degrees, it's cold, we're snowed in, right? So we haven't been moving a whole lot. The joints might feel a little stiff. It's all good. You might hear my ankles popping even as we do this. So really take a moment here to kind of wake everything up. Give it a little message that we're going to move, that you're going to use your body. Come back into center. Press your palms down. And then as you inhale, float your right leg up and back. Lift your right leg to about hip height. And then on the exhale, take your right knee towards your right tricep. Just to give it a little tap, I want you to feel the compression of your right side waist. And then on your inhale, re-extend your right leg long. And then exhale, cross your right leg all the way over to the left. Let your right toes come down. We're going to do that same thing 2 more times. Inhale, lift your right leg up to hip height. Exhale, tap your right knee towards your right tricep. You don't have to go deep, y'all. Inhale, re-lengthen your right leg. Exhale, cross your right foot all the way over. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. It's your 3-point balance. Exhale, right knee to your right tricep. And then inhale, lengthen your right leg. And exhale, cross your right foot all the way over. Let your right foot drop down. And then pull your right shoulder forward, your left shoulder back. Really stretch through your right side waist. Breathing deeply so that you feel this opening, this expansion on the right side body. You feel with the inhale how your ribs separate. Now with your inhale, lift your right leg back up to hip height. And then as you exhale, step your right foot all the way forward and slide your left knee back. So you want a 90-degree bend with the right knee. But you want to catch a diagonal from your left hip to your thigh to your knee. And on the inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay right here for the exhale. Pull the pit of your belly back. Lift through your chest so your spine is long. But when you take that spot between your navel and your pubic bone and you draw it back, you support directly on the opposite side in your lumbar spine. So inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher so you feel yourself getting longer. And then exhale, open arm twist. Take your left arm forward, your right arm back, and then let your right shoulder soften down and away from your right ear. And then keep the lunge in your right knee. It's easy to back off here. And then maybe you gaze over towards your right thumb. Now you have an option to stay right here or to take your right hand towards the small of your back and then lift your left arm up as you press your pelvis softly forward and slightly down. Really stretch through your left side psoas. Take one more inhale here, wherever you are. On the exhale, bring your left hand down. And then inhale, bring your right arm up. Stack your right shoulder on top of the left. Drishti follows your right thumb. Breathe here. One more inhale. On the exhale, bring your right hand down. Curl up your left toes. Lift your hips and then shift your hips back. So it's a modified pyramid without the left knee being down into a half split. You're more than welcome to bring your left knee down and shift your hips back more into a half split variation. You do you. Think long, strong spine and spin your navel towards your right thigh bone either way. Now on the inhale, re-bend into your right knee. On the exhale, soften your left knee down. Inhale, press your palms down, shift back, slide your right heel back so that you come into a modified plank. So both knees are down on the ground. Shift your chest slightly forward. Pull the pit of your belly in. Spin your elbows back so the eyes of your elbows point forward. Inhale, shift a little bit more. And then exhale, come down halfway. Lead with your heart, your throat, your chin. And on the inhale, pull your heart forward to lift it. And then exhale, take your hips back towards child's pose. Let your forehead come down. And then inhale, shift back up into all fours. Find your box pose. Exhale, pull your navel in and up towards your spine. Excuse me. Now inhale, lift your left leg up to hip height. Find your space, your 3-point balance. And then on an exhale, take your left knee towards your left tricep. Give it a little tap. And then inhale, lengthen your left leg. On the exhale, cross your left foot all the way over to the right. And you've got this 2 more times. Inhale, lift your left leg up to hip height. And exhale, take your left knee to your left tricep. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. Point your left toes down. And then exhale, cross your left foot all the way over to the right. Inhale, lift your left leg to hip height. Exhale, left knee to your left tricep. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, cross your left leg all the way over. Now you want your left shoulder to pull forward, your right shoulder to pull back. Now you might even gaze over your right shoulder. Feel this opening through your left side body. Good, y'all. On your next inhale, float your left leg up to hip height. Make sure you're pulling the pit of your belly up so you're supporting your lumbar spine. On the exhale, bring your knee all the way forward. Drop your left foot next to your left thumb. Lift your right knee slightly and slide it back. Press your left foot down. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head, and then stay for your exhale. Now with your inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, take your right arm forward, your left arm back, open arm twist, gaze towards your left thumb if it's available. Broaden through your collarbones. And then your left hand can come to the small of your back if you like it. Trace a line with your right fingertips up towards the sky. Breathe. Take one more inhale here. No matter where you are, exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, float your left arm up to the sky. Stack your joints. Gaze to your left hand. Breathe it out. Watch your left knee. One more inhale here. And then exhale, bring your left hand down. Curl up your back toes. Lift your hips up and back. And then you're going to get a stretch through your right calf, your left hamstring. And breathe. Heart forward. Let your torso come down. Press down into the big toe ball mound of your left foot. And when you're ready, inhale, re-bend into your left knee. Exhale, bring your right knee down to the ground. Slide your left foot back, drop your knee to the earth. Coming into your modified plank. Oh, my left knee. And then from here, inhale, shift yourself forward. And then on the exhale, bend your elbows, come halfway down. Inhale, pull your heart through to lift it. And then exhale, hips back towards your heels. For child's pose, roll your forehead side to side. And then inhale, press up into all fours. On the exhale, curl up your toes, lift your hips up and back, and find your first downward facing dog. Let your hips lift high, heart drops low, and press your chest in towards your thighs. Breathe it in and out. On the inhale, roll to the balls of your feet. Take your gaze forward. And then exhale as many steps or as few as you need to take your feet to the top of your mat. Go ahead and heel toe your feet out to about hip width distance apart. Inhale, fingertips to your shins, tabletop your spine without cranking your neck. So your gaze is just at the top of your mat, maybe at the top of your toes. And then exhale, there's a bend to the knees. Take your chest to your thighs and let your head hang down. Grab opposite elbows for your ragdoll. You can sway side to side, whatever feels good. And then let your hands come down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to forward fold again. And then this time, inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, maybe you step your feet together. It's up to you. Hands come down to heart center. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Inhale, take your arms out and up. Maybe arching your spine. And then exhale, hinge at your hips. Forward fold, chest to your thighs. Let your head go. Inhale to your chair pose. So take a bend to your knees. Sit your bottom back and down. And lift your chest. All right, so from here, about 60% of the weight is in your heels, about 40% in the ball mounds, which leaves virtually nothing for the toes, right? So go ahead and sit your bottom back and down. It's okay to get uncomfortable. You're building heat here. Take an inhale. On the exhale, heart forward, arms back, palms face down. Long, strong neck, long spine. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, heart forward, arms back. You got one more. Inhale, reach your arms up. Knees are still bent. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Head hangs down. Release out of your low back and breathe. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. On the exhale, your right arm comes down, your left arm reaches up and over. Get a side body stretch. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, your left arm down, your right arm up and over. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, elbows back and down, open your chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, let your chest come down. Head hangs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, step your left foot back, nice and easy. Bend into your right knee. Let your heart come forward. Left hand stays down. You could have your left hand on a block if you choose. On the inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Gaze to your right fingertips. Watch your left hip. Breathe. You can wrap your right forearm around the small of your back in a half bind if that feels good to you. And then you would stack your right shoulder, your right clavicle on top of the left. Gaze up. Breathe. Take one more breath here. On your inhale, reach your right fingertips back to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Shift your hips back. Straighten through your right leg. Let your head go. Now on your inhale, rebend into your right knee. And on the exhale, step your left foot forward and forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale to your chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips back and down. Reach your arms up. And then exhale, stand it up nice and tall. Straighten your legs and let your elbows come back and down. This time, take an inhale. On the exhale, Baddha Hasta, bind up your hands at the small of your back. You can use your strap if you want, or you could also grab opposite elbows, so you do you. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, puff up your chest. And then exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, working the chest opener if you choose. One more inhale here. Exhale, release your strap, release your hands, bring them down to the ground. Inhale, tabletop your back. And then exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Let your hips slightly forward. And then right hand stays rooted. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Breathe. Gaze traditionally would follow your left hand. Watch your right hip. If it starts to dip down, pull it up. Firm up your right side waist and lift your right hip. Option 2, take your left forearm, wrap it around the small of your back in a half bind, and then begin to stack your left shoulder, your left clavicle on top of the right. Gaze up. And when you're ready, left hand reaches back to the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand down, shift your hips back, and straighten through your left leg. Find your modified pyramid. Breathe in and out. Now on your next inhale, bend into your left knee, or you can transition with a straight leg. It's up to you. Exhale is a forward fold at the top of your mat. Let your head hang. Inhale, bend into your knees, sit your bottom back and down, reach your arms high. And then exhale, stand it up tall, elbows back and down, open up through your chest. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now root down into the four corners of your right foot. Hug your left knee in and interlace your fingers around your shin. Stay right here, working this balance pose. So press down into the four corners of your right foot. Your right leg is your base. You've got to engage your right glute and your hamstring. Let all of this be firm. And then as you hug your left knee in, maybe you even really wrap both forearms, grab opposite elbows with your hands, and then round your upper back and hug it in. Even tucking your chin. And slowly begin to release that and step your left foot to the back of your mat and windmill open to a warrior two. Gaze to your right fingertips, Virabhadrasana B. Get long and fierce with your stance. Drop your pelvis. Bend your right knee up to a 90-degree bend, and then angle your left toe slightly inward. Arms out like a T. Roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe. All good. Now with your inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, your right forearm can come to your right thigh or hand to the ground. Left arm reaches to the sky. Gaze to your left hand. And then you can reach your left fingertips towards the top of your mat if you choose. But keep breathing. And on your next inhale, lift your shoulders, flip your right palm, straighten your right leg. So it's a reverse triangle. Reach your right fingertips back and really stretch, flush out your right hip flexor. On your next exhale, re-bend your right knee. Windmill your hands down. Parallel your back toes. Take an inhale here. Exhale to a standing split. So straighten your right leg, lift to left. Let your head hang down. Breathe. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, let your left foot come down. Nice and easy. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, bottoms down, heart's high. This time, exhale, deep twist to the right. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee or thigh. Spin your heart towards the right. And breathe. And then inhale, come right back to your chair pose. And exhale, straighten your legs, take your elbows back and down, open up through your chest. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, root down into the four corners of your left foot. And bring your right knee in. And then take your hands, interlace your fingers around your right shin. Really draw your thigh in towards your chest and towards your frontal rib cage. And if that feels sturdy, cross your arms completely. Sturdy-ish, right? And then grab opposite elbows, pull it in. Maybe you start to round your upper back. Keep breathing. Make this about progress, not perfection, right? What have I been saying? Perfection is boring and unattainable. Boring. So it's okay if you're wobbling. It's okay if you're falling out. It's okay if you like low-key hate it, right? Ask yourself why. Get curious. When you're ready, lift your chin again. Release your leg nice and slow with control. You can control this. Step your right foot back. And then windmill yourself open to warrior two, left side. Let your pelvis soften down. Angle your right toe slightly inward. And let your left knee track over the heel or the ankle. Now you might notice you have to slightly lift up through the left frontal hip and ground through the right. It's all good. Arms out to a T, drishti to your left fingertips. Breathe. And then draw your pinky slightly back so you feel an opening through your chest, around the armpits, all that good stuff. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach your left hand forward and down. You could bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Your right arm starts reaching to the sky. And then you can take it all the way towards the top of your mat and get that right side body stretch. Watching your left butt cheek on this side. So notice if it's flaring out, causing your left hip to move towards the long edge of your mat. And maybe you gently tuck it, slide it towards your right heel, your right inner arch. Now on your next inhale, reverse triangle. So lift yourself up, straighten through your left leg. And take your left arm up and over. So getting that stretch now through your left side body, fleshing out your left hip. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, rebend your left knee. Windmill your hands down. Parallel your back toes. And then standing split when you're ready. Straighten your left leg, lift the right, let your head hang. Spin your right pinky toe down. Breathe here, get this opening through your left leg. So the left knee was bent for a while. One more inhale here. And then exhale your right foot next to the left, forward fold at the top of your mat. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, reach your arms high. And then exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee or thigh. Think of your tailbone extending towards the back of your mat. And then as you inhale, lengthen your crown towards the top of your mat. And on the exhale, you spin your chest open towards the left a little bit more. So with your twisting, the inhale is lengthening the spine. And then the exhale is twisting a little bit more. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, this time just forward fold. Let it go. Dangle at the top of your mat. Nicely done, y'all. And on the inhale, pop up onto the balls of your feet. You can skip this part if you'd like. And your hands could be on blocks on either side of you. As you exhale, start to bend your knees and drop your hips down towards your heels. Could be a supported toe stand or traditional. And then you might lift your chest up over your hips. You could drop your knees down into alignment with your hips. You can stop, drop, and roll, y'all. That's all good. I'm going to interlace my fingers and flip my palms towards the sky. Get a little stretch through the webbing of my hands. My hands feel tight right now. And when you're ready, let your hands go. Bring your heels down to the ground. Just one. Navasana boat pose. Now your toes could stay on the ground. Your hands could come behind you for support. Or you could lift your toes. There is an internal rotation to your thigh bones here. So you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. Breathe it here. Relax your shoulders back and down. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your feet down to the ground. Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. Heels in towards your sits bones. Let your knees hang comfortably open. All right, y'all. So from here, if you feel any kind of limitation through the low back, the groin, the hips, you're going to take your feet farther away from you. If this feels pretty good, you could take your hands and cup your heels, your feet, and bring your forearms to your calves. And you're going to inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, begin to fold forward, hinging at your hips. All right, y'all, now slowly rock back and find your sits bones. Draw your knees together. Nice and easy. Wrap your arms around your shins. Tuck your chin. And breathe in the back side body. And when you're ready, slowly unroll yourself. And then from here, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Extend your left leg long. And then you'll hug your right knee in. Let me get myself situated. And let your right foot come down to the floor. Point your right knee up, and your right heel comes in kind of towards your sit bone, your glute. And then from here, on the inhale, let your left hand come down to the outside of your left hip. Reach your right arm up to the sky. You're going to internally rotate your right upper arm bone. And as you exhale, hinge forward and reach your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Now, if your right hand grabs the outside of your left foot, you're cleared to take the Marichasana A bind. Otherwise, you're working here and you're reaching towards the left foot and you don't go any farther. I mean that. If your hand grabs, take your right arm wrapped around your right shin, left arm comes around the small of your back. And then you inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold yourself down. Breathe. And then on your inhale, lift your gaze. And on the exhale, release. Let your right hand come behind your right hip. Inhale, lengthen your left arm high. And on the exhale, twist in towards your right leg. So your left elbow could just slide to the outside of your right thigh. You could also hug your right knee in, whatever you need. Use your right arm like a second spine. And with your inhale, lengthen your spine. And then on the exhale, you twist a little bit deeper. Gaze over your right shoulder, maybe. You're gonna feel that in the neck. Now on your inhale, turn your gaze forward. And on the exhale, slowly release. Take both legs out. With your inhale, reach your arms out and up. Take a baby bend to your knees. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Paschimottanasana. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Bend your left knee, bring your foot down on the ground. Your right leg is long and extended. Inhale, lift your left arm high. On the exhale, reach your left hand forward. Internally rotate your left upper arm bone so your thumb points down and your palm is facing the left. Reach your left hand to the outside of your right foot. If it's there, then you could spin your left arm around your left shin and wrap your right forearm around the small of your back. And take your bind. And then you would inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, bring your forehead down. This is one of my favorite postures out of the seated series of Ashtanga primary series. Love this one. Stretches my upper back, gets the shoulders, gets my neck. And then on your inhale, lift your gaze. On the exhale, slowly release. Bring your left hand behind your hip. Inhale, reach your right arm high. So get as long as you can in the torso. And then exhale, twist over to the left. You can either hug your left knee in or slide your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. Left arm is like a second spine. And on the exhale, you twist a little bit more. And you breathe. And y'all, honestly, if you're noticing that you feel tight or anything like that, it's normal, right? It's all good. I'm feeling a lot tighter today than I normally do. So breathe. Breathe into it. And on your inhale, gaze forward. On the exhale, you can drop your hands over to the right for a counter twist and then extend both legs forward. And then this time, I'm going to have you take your legs out wide. Although you're more than welcome to take a second Paschimottanasana if that would feel better in your body, right? With the legs together. Otherwise, here, inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, hinge forward. Start to walk yourself through. Only coming down to the point that feels like there's slight tension and discomfort, but no pain. And nothing feels like it's too tight. Breathe. And as you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. As you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. And slowly start to walk yourself back. Lift yourself up. And then bring your legs together, just kind of nice and slow. If you need to shake them out, that's fine. And if you have a transition you prefer to what I'm about to do, please do what you need to do. I'm going to come into half pigeon. You can also do this on your back. Right shin parallel to the top of the mat, and I'm going to slide my left leg back. Now, I realize that not everybody's bodies permit that kind of abrupt movement, so you do you, right? You do you. Once you're ready, there is a flex to the right foot. Your left leg extends long behind you. If you're on your back, you're going to cross your right ankle over the left knee and then thread your right arm in between the legs, left arm around your left thigh. And then if you're in traditional, begin to lengthen your spine, walk your heart forward, and then at some point you exhale, just come down. Let your forehead come down. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Just relax here, release into this, and just let everything go. Notice where you're bracing for impact, where you're tightening, and can you just soften there? right, y'all, slide your hands back, lift your chest, and then roll over to the right. Spin your left leg out in front of you. Janu Shirshasana A. So press your right foot in towards the left inner thigh. Let your right knee hang open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, get long. And then exhale, hinge at your hip and reach your arms forward. Now, if your hands do pass your left foot, you can let your left hand circle your right wrist. It's also going to stretch out your lats, your rhomboid on the right side, all that stuff, right? If you're like, that's just not happening, don't push it. Loop your strap, it's all good. Or even just bring your hands down to the outside of your left leg on either side and continue to pull your heart forward, your clavicles towards your left ankle. And then inhale, lift your gaze. And then exhale, release. Just taking it over to left side pigeon. Bend your left knee. Slide your right leg long behind you. Oh, yeah. If you're taking on your back, just roll onto your back. And then let your right hip pull forward. So think of your hips like headlights, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's just the direction you're moving in. Give your left foot a flex, and your left heel your shin can be up to parallel with the top of the mat, or your heel can be all the way in towards your pelvis. Lengthen your spine. Pull your heart forward and then come down. Your arms can do whatever you want them to. Forward, out, back. All right, slide your hands back. Inhale to lift your chest. Roll to the left. And slide your right leg out in front of you. Seal the sole of your left foot towards your right inner thigh. And then inhale, reach your arms out and up. And exhale, hinge at your right hip for Janu Shirshasana A, opposite side. And then if that feels great, hands can reach forward. Right hand circles the left wrist. Breathe it in. Know that you're breathing in. And breathing out. Know that you're breathing out. And then on the inhale, lift your gaze. And on your exhale, release. Bring yourself back up. Extend both legs, shake them out. Scoot yourself slightly forward or back, whatever you need, so that your feet and head land on your mat. C curve to your spine. Roll yourself all the way down. Find a happy baby once you get there. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shin. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, extend your legs forward. Let your feet hang comfortably open. Arms down by the side body while your palms face up. Close down your eyes. And find your Shavasana. The bottom side of your body feel heavy, it's grounded and rooted, while the top side is light, it's weightless, it's floating. And rest, enjoy. Now, if what you need is to be here a little bit longer, you're going to tune me out and stay right where you are. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath, to wiggle your fingers and your toes. On your inhale, float your arms up overhead. Find your full body stretch. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. And on your exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. And then roll over to the right, taking your time. Eventually, you'll press up into Sukhasana, your easy cross-legged sit. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Your heart is high, proud, lifted. Hands can be in your lap or on your knees, or seal your palms together in Anjali Mudra with your thumbs towards your sternum at heart center. Take that final moment, that pause, to be grateful for our bodies, for what they do for us today, to be grateful for this practice, to be hopeful for tomorrow, right? So thank you all for unrolling your mat, doing the good work, whenever it is that you take this. And peace be with each and every one of you, and namaste.